Hello everyone, Gray Haster here, and today we're going to spend some time on stat balancing, how to prep for MOD17 when the new companion gear comes out. Today we're going to look at 6 specific areas which can be used to actually balance your stats out. Some are more effective or less effective when it comes to actually achieving these goals. These areas are enchantments, runestones, companion gear, mount insignias, mount powers, and artifacts. What I've done here for you is break down each of those categories in order of most stats that can affect your actual build. The lower you get on this category list, the more it becomes just a stat to tweak your actual build. Enchantments are the first ones we're going to look at today. With single stat enchantments, rank 13 or above, they're roughly going to be around 2k. Offense will have 5 slots, which is approximately 10k. Defense, 8k, and a potential, and what I mean by potential is that depending on what your ring choices are, you could have offense and defense, or strictly defense. They're only representative of another 8k. So totally, at 26k, they cannot swing the direction of your stats one way or the other very much. They're essentially a fine-tuning tool for you to get your stats just about right. The next thing we'll be looking at today is mount insignias. Now, depending on where you are in this process, you could have all purple, which would be 800 stat points per insignia times 15, which will give you 12k. If you've managed to upgrade some of those, as in MOD16 they allowed us to upgrade them to legendary, you could potentially have 1600 stat points times 15, so a maximum of 24k. Again, at 24k, this is another fine-tuning tool. It is not one that's going to be able to swing your stats all by themselves, but it will be a helper to be able to find those specific stats to be able to fine-tune. Mount powers are what they are. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on them as it's endgame material. Runestones and comp gear. Comp gear, by far, is the biggest game changer as far as stat changes. If you want to do a major stat change, comp gear is where you're going. 12k per piece starting in MOD17. 24k once you've actually included in bonding, and that's times 3. Runestones, on the other hand, again, another fine-tuning tool, 6k total and then doubled, so you're looking at 12k. Companions can be the next biggest thing when it comes to actually moving stats around. However, unlike companion gear, where you hunt and farm, and there's a little RNG involved, companions, most likely you'll actually have to find them, purchase them, upgrade them, so there will be some cost. But when you look at the overall stats, 40k potentially on the table, it can get relatively inexpensive when you compare the cost of other ways of getting it, like enchantments and runestones, etc. Single stat companions can be as much as 8k. You can get up to 9 or even 10k on companions that offer 2 stats. Finding and balancing those is obviously going to take a little bit of effort. And given the cost and upgrading, it's probably something you want to sort out and plan out before. So you want to kind of get most of your other stuff done, including your biggest swing, obviously, which I mentioned earlier, which is the companion gear. Once you've got that in there, moving around what companions you want to upgrade to an epic level is probably the next step. Again, a minor piece is actually summoning your summoned companion, choosing your summoned companion. Depending on which one you choose, it's going to give you an extra 2k bonus on those particular stats. So you want to look at that, but again, that's after you've done most of your homework on companion gear, etc. Selecting one of the newer artifacts with 6k stats and replacing one of the older ones with 3k stats is also a fairly cheap way to level up. So here's the short list for how to actually most affect your stats from the gear you've actually chosen to wear. Companion gear at the top at 72k. Companions up to 40k. Enchantments 26k. Mount insignias 24k. Runestones 12k. Mount power 10k. And last artifacts 6k. Thank you all for joining me today. I hope you learned something, and I hope you hit the follow button and the sub button for YouTube. And I will see you on my next stream. Thank you.